Today on Flick Knows, we're going to talk about the quick stats, but then we're going to dive into the first quarter and see what those numbers are telling us about the market. Stay tuned. Hey there, everyone. Brian here, Team Flick, for another Flick Knows market update here as we are heading into a whole new month here. We're heading into the month of May, and what that means is, first week of May here, we are going to review the first quarter, looking at the March numbers from land title, and just take a look at if we can draw anything from that, as well as usual, doing the quick stats. So quick stats are from this week. I like to do those because it's now, it's current, it's what's happening, and we can really maybe draw some better conclusions about what is actually happening today, as opposed to the March statistics from land title are based on closings, which is really what the activity was in February typically, right? Because we're looking at 35 to 45 day closes. But I think that it is also very important to review both of those as we go through the months here. So yeah, let's jump into it. We'll hit the quick stats real quick first, and then jump into the March stats, which is more the end of the first quarter. So I think that that's important to take a look at. And so we're looking at the quick stats here. New listings in the last 7 days. We're looking at 26 new listings, pending 55. So, as many are coming on, because once we get into the active listings, we're still at 722, which I think we've been at for the last 3 weeks now, oddly enough, or within a couple listings of that 722 number. So pending 55. So new listings 26, pending 55. Price decreased is 7. And then active listings. So we ended April of 2020. Keep in mind where we were with COVID and what we were able to do at that point. There were certain restrictions in place. So we ended April of 2020 with 894 active listings, and we ended April of 21 last month with 737 active listings. So that's a difference of 157. We are 157 active listings lower than we were last year in April. And then, we ended May of 2020 with 1,033 active listings, and today we're at 722, which we mentioned. That's basically what we've been at for about the last month and a half, is right around that 722 number. I think last week we were exactly at 722, and which is pretty crazy. So as many properties are coming on is how many are also going off. Now, taking a look at the March numbers, I think that really shows you, everybody's saying inventory's low, inventory's low, inventory's low. Yes, that active listings number is a low number. But when you're looking at the number of properties that are coming on the market, ooh, baby. There's a lot of properties coming on the market. So in March, there was a total of 260 transactions, which is pretty crazy. We'll dive into that a little bit more, because that's up 127% over March of last year. Again, keeping in mind where we were with COVID in March of last year, there were a number of transactions that were already under. So really, April is a good indicator of what that was. But 260 transactions, like I said, which was up 127% over March of 2020. That was monetary volume. That's up 127%. Transactions were up 95%. So a slight difference there. But single-family homes are up 11% year over year for the full year here. Multifamily are up 7%. Take that into account. 11 and 7 appreciation, and that is March. I think in April we will see higher numbers once those come out at the end of this month. March had 196 transactions with 62 properties. This is just residential. 196 transactions. 62 of those transactions were over $1 million. And then jumping into average price, so a single family home averages just over 1.5 million here in Summit County, and then a multifamily or condo is almost 650,000, so we're just below that, and then vacant land 342,000. So just some average prices there to keep in mind when we're looking there. Really single family homes start in the 750s now, and then kind of go up from there for like a 3-bedroom 2-bath. And then let's just button this up here real quick with the last little statistics here. So there's been, so far year to date in 2021, 441 residential transactions in Summit County, and 309 of those, in 2020 there were 309 transactions. So 441 versus 309, right? And so, like I said, there is a lot of inventory that is coming on the market. It is just going off just as fast as it's coming on. So we really need to be ready. We really need to be prepped for what we are doing. So, as always, if you have any questions, teamflick@summitliving.com. We are here for you. Want to help you out. We can answer property-specific questions as well as the market in general, and love to hear from you. So we'll talk to you soon. Enjoy this episode. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Flick Knows, and we'll see you again next week. Thanks.